log again. Okay, Val is out, tape recorder's on, Zero's occupied with his burrito warmer, and all calls going straight to voicemail. I'm okay, everything's okay, I really hope this works. So, Valentine, if you ever find this tape, chances are you're not gonna believe a word of it. Pretty sure that's how something like this usually works. I gotta get it recorded in case something makes me forget again. I can't let that happen. But if it does, I'm hoping me telling myself will bring it all back. I hope. And since I'm telling a recording device, it should skirt that rule about souls or whatever, right? It's the best loophole I could figure out. Punch cards. Where do I even start? I guess the place that would make the most sense is the beginning. Or, I guess what I thought was the beginning.
Hey! Hey, you okay? Rise and shine, pretty pixie. How many fingers am I holding up?
Huh?
How many fingers? Wait, it would help if you opened your eyes.
Too tired. Sore. Let me sleep.
Normally I would, but...
Hey, my fish, let go.
But I gotta... Ow! Stop that! Just...
I said I want to sleep.
You've been sleeping. Come on, there's tricks to play, tricks to pull. Hey, you said you're sore, right? I can show you how to feel a bit better if you come with me. What do you say?
I remember it like it was yesterday. When I opened my eyes for the first time, this pixie was just right there, right up in my face, grinning and staring at me with his big brown eyes and his fuzzy hair brighter and greener than any spring grass. I say you're not holding up any fingers.
Wait, what? Oh, right, here. How many?
3. Wait, that's not... Is that a toe on your hand?
Good catch. I'll turn it back into a thumb. Ow, 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 ow. Ugh. There. These limits are gonna take some getting used to. Anyway, come on.
Where? Who even are you?
Know what? We'll decide that later. Hurry up, snailwings. Move them, flutterbys.
The look on his face. Somehow, it was just the most heartbreaking smile I've ever seen. We met up with the others, and man, we were all a mess. Well, except him. We looked almost like living mummies. Dry, dull, grayish. Nothing like what we are now. I almost forgot. It's been that long since I accessed that memory.
Let's see. I think that's everyone in the area. Oh, Rose, now I gotta be responsible. Stupid Obadoba dog. Hey, can everyone hear me? Everyone see me? Congratulations! You are a pixie. Ugh. In spite of the stupid term, you are the greatest creatures in this whole dang world. First thing you gotta know, we don't take orders. We make deals. You make a deal, you gotta keep it. Or poof, bye-bye pixie. Bad deal? Look for the loopholes. Loopholes are your friends. Now we gotta get you into shape. I'm not talking square, or a cylinder, or even dodecahedron. I'm talking more not smoked herring or whatever you got going on there. Maybe it's more like drunk badgers. Anyway.
Who is this guy?
I don't know. Interrupted my sleep. Wouldn't leave me alone until I agreed to come here.
Same.
He's a nap-ruining hedgehog.
He woke you up too?
Far as I can figure, he interrupted all our sleep. Something about a leader? Or something sending him? I don't know.
What's he even going on about?
Nonsense. He's going on about nonsense.
He told me he had a way to feel less tired.
Less tired would be nice. You know what would make me less tired? A nap.
Would you all shut up? I'm trying to hear what he's saying.
No, you!
Hey, wait! Wait! That actually kind of makes sense.
Huh?
What does?
What he just said. Weren't you listening?
No, I was distracted by Jabbermouth here.
Hey!
What did he say?
He said you feel for the buzzy stuff in the air and just kind of pull? Let me try this.
Wow!
Just like that, they changed. That pixie regained their color, perked up. It was like they were a whole new creature. When we saw that, it just clicked. Pretty soon, all of us caught on, and all that gray turned into a field of impossible colors that just felt natural in the weirdest way. And that buzzy feeling? It was the magic of human ingenuity, invention, technology. So we picked our names based on whatever technology we liked best at the time. Zero Day, he wasn't called that back then, of course, but he was always so frustrated back then. And then one day, he showed up and he was just downright angry.
That two-timing, lousy, snot-faced, donkey-sniffing, bug-eared son of a stable-boy's left shoe.
Whoa! Hold on there, Taro. What's got into you?
He messed it up, all of it.
Who messed what up?
Remind me to never make friends with a human again. I try to tell this guy a story. Really important. Can't spit it out, though, so I'm trying to use the sideways talk to him, right?
Right?
His ears are so ridiculously human. They must have messed up his brain. It's completely wrong. Completely. And the humans love it. If I never see ears like that again, it'll be too soon.
I pray tell, see?
I mean it, Paper. Never again.
You know what would make you feel better? A prank. Come on! There's some drunk minstrels at the inn. I know how you love messing with them.
I do love messing with drunks and minstrels.
I can't believe I didn't think about that harder. Hindsight, though. Am I right? Rewind, slow-mo, freeze frame. Some time passed and we found out about the Shakespeare guy's plays. The Pixies totally ate it up, especially A Midsummer's Night Dream. It's the closest thing to a history we had. I guess that's when the first cults started up. Kind of ironic now. I never joined them. There was something about the story that didn't make sense to me, but it got me wondering where we really came from.
And if you draw the circle just right, it's supposed to summon unspeakable horrors.
That's nice.
If it works, I'll be a god.
That sounds really exciting. Why don't you get that started?
I like you. I'll ask the monstrosities not to eat you.
Thanks. Bye. Leash.
Hey, Rotary.
Oh,
Haha. Sorry. What are you up to? I'm gonna prank some shifters. Want to come with us?
It's gonna be really funny.
not trying to read. Can you believe this? Some clown believes we come from a baby's first giggle. Please.
Excuse me, what?
I'm trying to find out some information about where we came from, but it's so difficult. There used to be fairies everywhere, right?
Right?
I guess.
Your point?
There's stories about us before we existed, too.
I can feel the headache coming on already.
Rotary, I still don't see where you're going.
It's like we suddenly started to exist the moment the fairies disappeared. And I can't find why.
I still don't see your point.
You know, the cultists are saying it's because Puck helped Oberon seal the fairy realm shut. It created us, and someday they'll both come back to let us in.
Wait. Is that the new cult, the old cult, or the new cult?
But it's the old cult, the one that is now defunct.
No, none of those. The old new cult.
They should really start naming themselves. It's hard to keep track.
They really should.
It was the weirdest thing. The more information I found, the less sense it made. And I found a lot of information. But I just kept tucking it away as spam to figure out later. I was gonna delete it, but I'm glad I didn't.
Hey, Modem, we got this great idea.
It's revolutionary. Probably.
The way of the future.
Holy ribbon cables, you startled me.
Sorry. Anyway, we noticed that people are starting to store more stuff on the internet, right?
Building more websites and stuff.
GeoCities everywhere.
So many URLs.
So many sparkling gifts.
So much data.
Yeah, I noticed. Go on.
So, what if we tech pixies started to stash our surplus memories on the internet? I mean, we know how to reprogram them and organize them now.
I love coding.
What do you mean? Like, community memories? For all the tech pixies to access?
Exactly. There's no reason we should all have to waste our data on the same memory. Just compile and upload. Want to experience a good book the first time all over again?
Or a good show.
Or have a better showing at the movies.
Just upload the memory of your first reactions and delete the plot entirely. Bam! First time experience all over again. But you still have the memories of your reactions so you can see how well it holds up for you over time.
Or overwrite a bad matinee completely.
Actually, that doesn't sound half bad. But what happens if the data gets corrupted or someone breaks in and deletes it?
Not gonna happen. It'll only be accessible to tech pixies.
And we'll have a couple of backup databases.
It's foolproof.
I really hope you didn't just jinx it.
Zero Day broke the first generation database within a week. Considering the spaghetti code he's made of his brain, they really should have seen it coming. Thank goodness for the backup, though. He never really did any uploading after that. I've tried to convince him to delete some of his useless memories. I mean, no one needs to remember a bad sandwich from 63 years ago, but he refuses. Even if he can't access it, he won't get rid of it. I guess I kind of understand why, now that I remember. Hey, funny face! Oh, hey! What's got you all gloomy? Look like you're about to thunder.
Hey, Meadowsweet. Ugh, that Oberon fairy tried to order me around again. So annoying.
What did he try to do this time?
Tried to get me to find him a present for Titania. She's mad at him again.
And what did you do instead?
I made her fall in love with a donkey. It was temporary, but still the look on his face.
I bet he was furious. Oh, that would have been funny to see.
It really was.
How red did he turn?
Almost as red as your hair. But really, if he thinks he's gonna get us under his thumb, he's got another thing coming. You and your pixies will swear fealty to your ruler. If you defy me one more time, I will place a curse on you and all your kind until you do, and it will be your fault, cretin. Please.
You don't think he really can, do you?
Not a chance. Besides, I'm not about to let a guy like that think he's boss of me. And I'm especially not about to let him think he's your boss either.
Thank you.
Anything for you, Meadowsweet.
Huh? What are they doing here?
Hello, message.
Hey, that king guy wants to see you again.
What now?
I don't know, something about finding a changeling? Seems kinda mad already.
Mentioned something about a last chance?
Wants a changeling, huh? I'm thinking human-shaped toad.
You're pulling a prank?
Can we come watch?
No! Hey, Sweets, I'll just be 2 shakes of a farmer's pitchfork.
Hey, wait for us!
He didn't come back. Well, not before we all lost our memories and our magic. And he was left alone to remember it all. I remember when we became friends. The first time, I mean. He would tell me about his travels and his pranks, and I would tell him about mine. Eventually, I felt like I needed to tell him about the island.
Wait. So this Prospero guy made a deal and then changed the terms? That's so wrong on so many levels.
I mean, he did free me from the tree.
Yeah, so?
Come on, it's not like I had many options. And yeah, I was happy helping him for a while. He just changed. Still not entirely sure what got into him.
I may not be that good with finding information, but I do know how to warp magic. Maybe a little stretch here or a squish there will tell us something, huh?
I don't know. I get the feeling there's something dangerous about that kind of magic. Like, if you try and bend it, it will bend you even more.
Yeah, you have to learn more about it anyway, right? I'm sure I can patch myself up if it does anything.
I think this one, I should really try to get the information without experiments.
Fine.
I kind of miss the days when we would just celebrate my freedom.
So keep celebrating.
What? But
Just because you're stuck with the swamp-nosed pig sniffer's heirs, that doesn't mean you're not free. You don't gotta obey their every command, right? So, still worth celebrating.
you know what? You're right.
Of course I am.
I still haven't gotten through all the memories. There's so many. I honestly don't know if I ever will. Looking back, all the weird things Zero Day has done makes so much more sense. Except his old obsession with windmills, I'm never gonna understand that one. Or his issues with ketchup. Or the second incident at the zoo and the chinchilla. Anyway. Oh, browsers, I was so worried about whether Valentine would find this tape that I didn't think about Zero finding it instead. So, Zero, if you found this tape and listened to it, at least right now, while I'm recording this, I get it. And just in case I never get to say it in person, Zero, Puck, Meadowsweet misses you too.
Greetings.
Greetings to you too, strange one.
May I sit with you?
Are we acquainted? I have no objection to company, but that you would be inclined to accompany me this fine night evokes no small measure of surprise.
Forgive me. I've been traveling and my very bones are thirsty. What's worth drinking here?
They brew a decent enough lager, and there's stew if you're willing to stake your health on it.
2 lagers at the table.
You are thirsty.
One of them is for you. You invited me to sit with you. I would be delighted to pay for your drink.
The delight is mine. I too have thirsty Bones, whatever that means. So what should I call you? A stranger? A patron?
I am Prospero, Duke of Milan, in exile.
Oh, your grace.
No need for formality, I'm just a traveler.
I go by William, but my friends call me Will, or if you're feeling particularly eloquent and deign to stoke my ego, I also answer to the bard. I count any man who buys my drinks as a friend.
Friends it is. To answer your question, Will, I do know you. I am a great admirer of your work.
You jest.
Not at all. You tower above your contemporaries, universally wit, pompous scribers, scravers, and cheapjacks.
You hold my poetry in a high regard.
Your poetry? Oh, no. Your plays.
My plays? Most of my audience comes to see their favourite actors, never mind the man who put the words in their mouths. They call for sword fights during the comedies, kissing during the tragedies, and are usually too drunk to recall the soliloquy. That is if the theatres aren't locked shut against the plague.
Is that a script you're working on right now?
It is called The Winter's Tale. It's about a king who goes mad with jealousy.
I thought that was Othello.
No! He turns against his children.
So it's King Lear then?
No! It's a comedy! It has a bear.
That's something fresh, I suppose.
A recent shipment from the New World, in which I have a financial interest, brought back a pile of bear pelts. It inspired me.
Calliope's favors should never be rejected.
I planned to have one fashioned into a costume, but the pelts were soaked through and mildewed. Luckily, we had a brown tunic with dog hair sewn onto the collar.
Chance and the muses are ever dependent.
Unfortunately, the tunic went missing. But we have Bertram, who is extremely large in his suit. Additionally, he has a love of running around town shirtless and yelling at the top of his lungs. I think he will do nicely.
It's the words that I savor. They travel from the realm of your imagination to the lips of the actors in order so perfect that it seems foreordained.
You flatter me, and perhaps a bit overmuch. I can see by your cloak you have fallen on difficult times, but I am in no position to help.
You think I need money? I can fish coins out of thin air, Will. No, it's not money I want from you. It's an answer.
An answer?
To the dullest question ever put to a writer.
Buy another round and I'll answer any question you put to me.
Where do you get your ideas?
You're serious?
I am.
And here I thought we were having a flirt. My ideas come from many places, dear Prospero. I enjoy the classics, of course. There are myths from pagan cultures, mad kings, mad princes, mad princesses. Madness packs them in, you see. Then there are old ballads.
In particular, I'd like to know the origin of the story of Oberon and Titania.
A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Tell me, and the remainder of tonight's rounds fall to my wallet.
Of course. Some of it I plucked from Ovid, some of it from folk tales, and some from stories I picked up here and there.
Old ballads and such.
I imagine so.
I suspect you heard the bulk of it from a traveler, much like myself, but then buried his story inside a tale of bumbling players.
A traveler?
A small fellow with clever hands, quick eyes, jewelry in his ear, and, if I'm not mistaken, a hedgerow's worth of green hair. He told you a story and promised to do you a favor if you would weave it into a play.
You know this man? I only met him once more, to have him berate me for my storytelling skills in the shape of my ears. Something about wiggling.
I know his kind. One of them I had as a servant until she became spiteful and ungrateful.
He said my earlobes were an abomination. An abomination!
They are a strange race of creatures. They live in secrecy, but need stories of themselves to survive. They are born of Techni, the stick that makes signs in the sand, the blade that leaves marks in clay, the quill that turns the intangible breath and breeze of thought into visible substance.
You mean that a tale to them is as ale and stew to us?
Exactly! I wish to commission a play from you, Will. One that will sustain a particular sprite for centuries, and perhaps help me hide from sight until my time comes around again. It is a tale of a ship that founders on the shores of a magical island, a duke in exile with his young daughter, a crew of fools, and a sprite imprisoned in a tree.
This calls for another round.
Oh, many, many rounds, Will.
You have been listening to the Graveyard Tapes, Day 0, Part 2 of 2. Written by Angela Dumalog. Edited by Aidan Morgan, Dustin Gray, and Nikki Ewert. Audio engineering by Robin of Psychonaudia. Produced by Brianna Jean. With the voices of Rick the Whitebird as Threadripper, Angela Dumalog as Zero Day, Lamar Harris as Prospero, Nikki Ewert as Spork, Taylor Humane as Thera, Erica L.G. as Pick, Eden Whitebird as Zipper, Simon Whitebird Dean as Ratchet, Zion Whitebird as Sparks, Chase Hunter as Will, and Nils the Red as Mike the Forbidden One.